I'm Lily Anderson, and I'm joined here by Kaylee Linz, and we're excited to guide you through the essentials of applying for our community grants funding. This video will speak about our community grants program, formerly called Arts Funding to Communities, which is just one of the funding programs offered by the Columbia Kootenay Cultural Alliance, or CKCA. The CKCA is a project of the West Kootenay Regional Arts Council and is funded by the Columbia Basin Trust to carry out arts and culture funding programs within the Columbia Basin region. Before you start your application, ensure you meet the overarching eligibility criteria for all our programs. Applicants must live in the Columbia Basin region, meaning your primary residence must be in the area and you have lived here for at least 12 months immediately prior to the application deadline. CKCA funding focuses on arts and culture projects. If you have a heritage project, we encourage you to look at other opportunities for support provided by the Columbia Basin Trust and Heritage BC. You're welcome to apply for arts and culture projects based in any artistic discipline or tradition, including interdisciplinary arts. Before you apply, make sure that you do not have any outstanding requirements for previous CKCA grants.
The Community Grants Program aims to support local arts and culture projects that benefit individual communities within the Columbia Basin. This program is unique because it includes an additional local adjudication process, allowing individual communities to have a say in the artistic experiences that their communities benefit from. This program aims to fund individual or group projects that provide opportunities for community engagement with arts and culture. It also aims to respond to unique local issues, support the artistic development of artists or the programming capacity of arts and culture organizations, involve more artists in local arts projects and arts decision-making, and raise awareness of artists in the Basin and their role in shaping Basin culture. Within this program, funding is available to support arts and culture projects within individual communities, up to a maximum request of $2,500. Key dates to remember include the application deadline on February 21st, 2025 at 5 p.m. Pacific Time or 6 p.m. Mountain Time. The delivery of funding results, which will take place in mid-June or July 2025, and the eligible project timeframe. Projects must take place between June 1st, 2025 and May 31st, 2026. Each Arts Council in the Columbia Basin will gather a local adjudicating committee to review the applications benefiting its community. These local adjudicating committees recommend projects on the basis of community benefit and application strength and quality. A steering committee made up of individuals nominated by arts councils across the Columbia Basin will then review recommendations and make final recommendations based on available funds. The trust reviews and approves recommendations for funding. Before you apply, be sure you know which arts council you would like your application directed to. For a list of arts councils and their catchment areas for the purposes of CKCA grants, visit the CKCA Funding Program webpage. And now just a few examples of recently successful projects funded by the CKCA community grants. A community symphony performance, a workshop on clowning techniques, and a pottery class at a local library.
So next, I'll just walk you through the application process step by step. First, review available funding programs on the CKCA funding webpage to ensure this program is the best fit for your project. Next, you'll read the primary funding policies document to ensure eligibility before starting your application. Next, you'll submit your application online via our grant management system called Good Grants. All applicants will need to create a new account this year, regardless of whether you've applied to the CKCA previously. And here's a tip to strengthen your application. Clearly articulate the benefit of your project within the community to which you are applying. Explain how your project will help Basin residents experience or participate in arts and culture activities. A few common pitfalls. Ensure you're familiar with the eligibility criteria applicable to all CKCA programs, as well as the community grants guidelines. Submit a complete application and avoid including ineligible expenses in your budget. If you plan to apply to multiple communities for distinct yet related projects, be aware that there's a maximum of 3 communities total. Funding under this grant program is not available for capital expenses.
Eligible expenses that you may consider including are venue rentals and equipment rentals, artists' fees for the creation, performance, or exhibition of work, production or project coordination fees, materials and supplies, and marketing and promotional expenses that are part of your broader arts and culture project. Note that the CKCA does not fund standalone marketing projects like websites. Ineligible expenses include operating costs. The CKCA does not provide operating funding or funding to reduce deficits. Retroactive funding, meaning support for any activities taking place before June 1st. School-based activities. Note that projects may use schools as a venue, but activities cannot be curriculum related. And capital expenditures. The CKCA offers several resources to help you with your application, including consultation calls. If you have questions specific to your project, please contact our office to schedule your call. On the CKCA funding webpage, you can see upcoming dates for live Q&A sessions. This is your chance to ask any questions you have about CKCA programs. If you have any questions at all, feel free to send us an email to admin@wkartscouncil.com or give us a call at 250-352-2421. We encourage you to apply and take advantage of this fantastic funding opportunity. Thank you to the Columbia Basin Trust for supporting CKCA grant programs and resources like this one. And lastly, thank you for watching, and we look forward to receiving your application.